Hi, I'm Brennan McCarthy. I'm a certified financial planner and director of financial planning with Boulevard Wealth Management. I'm joined here by TJ. TJ, can you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Brennan. My name is TJ Scott, and I'm an estate planning attorney with the law office of Timothy J. Scott. And that means I help people to get their affairs in order for after they're gone or if they're incapacitated and can't make decisions for themselves.
Awesome. So I wanted to ask you a question directly, a question that I get from my clients often when I'm sitting down doing a financial plan, asking them to start building out an estate plan is, do I need a trust?
Uh,
Um, and what is a trust exactly?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. A trust, so I always do this demonstration of what a trust is. The simplest form of a trust is that you have some property and you hand it to somebody else and you say, these are the rules that I want you to follow in dealing with that property. And this person that you handed the property to says, yes, I agree that I will follow those rules. So it's not really this person's property. They're holding on to it for the original person, and they're going to follow the rules that the original person laid out for them. A lot of times this takes the form of a living trust or revocable trust, where the person who starts with the property is also the person who's going to hold on to the property as trustee and deal with it as trustee. And that's kind of what a living trust or revocable trust is. Not everybody needs a trust, and not everybody's estate plan would benefit from a trust. What's really key is knowing the client's objective and knowing what's important to you and how we can achieve those objectives. A trust is one tool that an estate planning attorney has, but there are lots of other tools out there: transfer on death deeds and wills and powers of attorney, healthcare directives. There's just too many tools out there, even to name them in a video like this, beneficiary designations. Um, but the reality is that it's very hard to know if you need a trust without talking to an attorney and without talking through what your objectives are and how you hope to achieve those objectives.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Awesome. I love the description for what a trust is, handing the pen off from one hand to the other.
Yeah, I
Um,
love doing it. Yeah.
so so situations where somebody who doesn't have an overly complex financial situation or a smaller estate, would it make sense for those types of people to have a trust?
I'm going to give that dreaded attorney answer in that it really depends. It depends on their situation. It depends on the facts in their family and how they want things to happen. A lot of times, things can be planned without using a trust with some creative planning, but there can be complexities in a family where it makes a lot of sense to have a trust in place. One example is if you have minor children or minor beneficiaries that you want to have receive something, but you don't want to hand it, you can't hand it off directly to them. You know, the state doesn't permit that, doesn't permit somebody who's 12 years old to have $100,000 in cash. It's just not permitted. So you need to figure out a way to handle that. And the state of Minnesota has a solution to it called conservatorship, but conservatorship is very expensive. You have to do annual court reporting and all of this stuff. A simpler solution is to have a trust where you're handing that property to somebody that you trust, or you have somebody who's going to step into your shoes and be somebody that you trust and is going to be able to handle those assets and use them for the benefit of that minor. So a trust, even in a small type of situation where there's not a lot of assets, might make sense in a situation like that. The key thing is just talk to an estate planning attorney, tell them about your situation, and they'll be able to guide you through the different tools that we use.
Okay, great. Yeah, I love that explanation. How can people reach you?
I can be found online at tjslawoffice.com, or my email address is timothy@tjslawoffice.com. And again, my name's TJ Scott with the Law Office of Timothy J. Scott.
Thanks, TJ.
Yeah, have a good day.